she insults on an almost daily, weekly, whatever basis. And she's supposed to be some big proponent of women's rights. She said something nasty about Joy Reid. And the reason that I did it is because I never take glee in anyone's downfall. I didn't take glee in Megyn Kelly. I'm talking about Megyn Kelly. I didn't take glee in her downfall when she was fired from NBC.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel, everyone, and thank you so much for watching. So let's go over this epic read that Don Lemon read can't even talk. Read Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly, I'm sure that at some point, if you're watching this video, I'm sure that at some point you would have known of this woman. Like, she is a pure racist, like pure and simple. Okay, she's a very vindictive and bitter white woman who, instead of taking the L after she was fired, turned that bitterness into some type of a revenge crusade directed at Black people. She's racist, pure and simple. Just recently, before the election, the ill-fated US election that took place, she invited somebody over to her show, and that person dropped the N-word. And Megyn Kelly just scrolled on by, just kept going, not even flinching, not even recognizing that somebody just dropped the N-word. The N-word. So this is just one example of, her racism. So what brought this on? Recently, Joy Reid, whom I absolutely love, she was let go or fired from MSNBC. She had a show called The Readout, and she was let go from the show. And there's so many reasons as to why people are theorizing as to why she was let go. There are also conversations about whether or not MSNBC were under pressure from Donald Trump. DI, and because if you look at the three people that were fired, let go, they are mostly people of color, and so they fired Joy, and this is a job that she has had for a long time. For over 10 years, Joy Reid has had this job. And obviously she was emotional when she was talking. She had a Zoom meeting and she was talking about it. And she was very, very emotional. I don't know if I can find the video of Joy Reid being really emotional during the Zoom meeting. And Megyn Kelly saw this, and saw this as an opportunity for her to lambaste and disrespect Joy, mocking the fact that she had just been let go unceremoniously from a position that she has had for a very long time. I'm looking for the Joy Reid Zoom, if I can find it. And she was obviously very emotional about it. And Megyn Kelly saw that as an opportunity to jump on it, to kick somebody while they were down, which really, if you're paying attention, if you know who this Megyn Kelly is, it checks. It's the kind of person that she is. She's a despicable person, and she's so bitter, she's so sad, she's so miserable. There was, during Trump's first election, where Trump surprised everybody and was supposedly elected as the president of the United States, there was an interview that Megyn Kelly did with Donald Trump. And in that interview, based on my observation, it is my opinion that Megyn Kelly had some information about Donald Trump that she was going to drop. Okay? The interview was scheduled to be released after the election. So Megyn Kelly, thinking she was going to have an opportunity to accuse Trump or whatever, thinking that Trump was not going to win the election, because nobody in their right mind thought that Trump would win the election. So Megyn Kelly had done this interview with Dr. Phil, and the interview was supposed to be released a few days after the election. What was interesting was that when the interview was released, it looked like a lot of things had been changed. There were even some last minute recording between Dr. Phil and Megyn Kelly that basically made me believe that, okay, this interview had been altered. I am very sure, obviously I have no evidence to this, just my opinion based on my observation. I was very sure then that she would have pleaded with Dr. Phil to cut out some of the accusations that she would have made against Donald Trump, because now that he was going to be president, he was going to be the most powerful person in the country. She didn't want that smoke. Because I say this because of the promo for the interview. It was touted very, very differently than what was aired. So I am very sure that as soon as Megyn Kelly saw that Trump had won, I am very sure that she pleaded with Dr. Phil, because like I said, there had to be like a last minute add-ons and subtractions. It just felt like things were removed, things were cut out, and certain things were, later on added on to the interview, and a lot of the things that we were looking forward to, which was maybe the salacious details about what Trump supposedly did to her, none of those things were really included, outside of the things that people already knew about her relationship and her tumultuous encounter with Donald Trump, basically. But anyways, so Megyn Kelly posted this video and retweeted this video of Joy Reid, basically emotional about losing a job that she clearly loved, a job that she had done for so many years, and Megyn Kelly mocked her. And so this is what Joy Reid said during her Zoom meeting.
My show had value, and that that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And I think this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize. And that it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you. Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted and not just Black folks, or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents did and try to make a life and defended them. Or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient, that Nicole Hannah-Jones put into our spirit, that we need to understand 1619 as the real founding of this country, whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object to little babies being bombed. And where I come down on that is I'm not sorry. I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God. And I'm a church girl too, and those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
So that was what she posted. And obviously, like, you have to be like a cold-hearted bitch for you not to be emotional about getting let go of a career that you are so passionate about. And so this video went viral, and obviously the right celebrated it. Those people are sadists. So they celebrated the fact that Joy was let go, and there has been so many conversation as to what is really going on. Is MSNBC just now bowing to Donald Trump and kissing the ring, and just taking the route of the the narrative of the DEI or whatever. So they're having so many conversations about this, and this video went viral. Like I said, the left were sorry that this happened to Joy, and then the right were celebrating this. And Megyn Kelly was one of the people from on the right who were celebrating this and calling her the worst person on television, which is not even true, which Don Lemon clapped back and said, no, Joy Reid is not the worst person on television. You, Megyn Kelly, are the worst person on television. And so that was what led to all of that. And Don Lemon, basically told Megyn Kelly, okay, in one of his early response, to go F herself. And he was loudly applauded for it because it just needed to be said. It just needed to be said. And so this is Don Lemon basically addressing what led
I had to report
to the point where he had to go that route with Megyn Kelly. So let's listen to him addressing what he said.
Usually I don't like to pay this person, as they say, no, never mind. No, never mind. But I figure someone had to say it. Someone had to stand up, especially for the women who she insults on an almost daily, weekly, whatever basis. And she's supposed to be some big proponent of women's rights. She said something nasty about Joy Reid. And the reason that I did it is because I never take glee in anyone's downfall. I didn't take glee in Megyn Kelly. I'm talking about Megyn Kelly. I didn't take glee in her downfall when she.
Sharon says she's a racist. She got fired from NBC for wearing blackface. Yep, that was why she was fired. Yeah, and she had been mad ever since. Yep.
She was fired from NBC. I had to report on it as a journalist, but I didn't take glee on the downfall. And if you look back, I said, NBC is to blame here. So I gave her the benefit of the doubt. And she posted something saying that I was sort of drafting off of her light or whatever, and I couldn't get any press or whatever. I was actually quite disappointed in it because I thought she would have a better response if she chose to respond to it. And it was a weak response. I'm like, okay, whatever. And so she's saying that I am doing it because I want press. No, that's not why I'm doing it. Actually, I felt weird doing it because it's something that is out of my character that I don't usually do. I don't usually respond, especially to trolls. And I believe that she has become a troll now. And I believe that the evidence is there. So I usually don't like to respond to those things. And the entire time that I have known her and she has attacked me, I have ignored her. You will rarely find a.
And Don Lemon brought receipts as well, okay, to all the times that she had attacked him, that she had been the provocateur.
Headline, except for when she got fired and all the headlines that were yesterday, that I have ever talked about Megyn Kelly ever, because I don't think about her. I am actually embarrassed for her that she does what she does. And so I think that when people hold up
and Don Lemon called her a troll, which is absolutely true. Like, she is a troll. Since she was fired from NBC, her life has become so worthless. Nobody cares anymore. Nobody wants to hear from her. You know what I mean? And not even Trump. You know how terrible you have to be for Trump to not want anything to do with you. So Megyn Kelly has become a troll. Megyn Kelly has realized that being a troll is the only way she can get any kind of attention. And that's basically what she has really leaned on to.
Mirror to you that sometimes you just need to look in that mirror and go, you know what? Maybe they're right. And so and let me just hold up a mirror, because she's saying that I did this or whatever. But here's a mirror. These are the times, some of them, not all of them, that she has attacked just me, has used me for content and to resurrect her career after she got fired. This is just some of the times that she's attacked me. I've never.
Yeah. This one said, Megyn Kelly says Don Lemon behaves like an a-hole during Elon Musk interview.
Rarely find a headline of.
Another one says, Megyn Kelly calls out Don Lemon ahead of his return to television. This is a pattern with this guy.
Me attacking or calling Megyn Kelly out, except for when she got fired, and I had to analyze it.
And then on this one, it says, hold on, let me highlight this so that I can see what I am. This one says, Megyn Kelly slams Don Lemon for not being grateful to ex-boss Elon Musk for resurrecting his career. Okay. And another one says, Megyn Kelly slams Don Lemon on Twitter. CNN still pretends he's an objective news
evidence,
anchor.
Proof.
And then another one, Megyn Kelly blasts Don Lemon over tantrum as CNN co-host. I would have had him fired. Okay, so this one says, former Fox star Megyn Kelly starts high-profile spat with CNN Don Lemon. Like, she has always been the instigator. Megyn Kelly has always been the instigator.
So many people responding to me.
So on this one, he said, Megyn Kelly said, Megyn Kelly, this title says, Megyn Kelly calls Don Lemon black gay male who is uncancelable. Like, she is so bitter.
Mostly women who work in TV news and some who work at Fox who are so happy that I did what I did. Could not agree with you more on Megyn Kelly. She is a troll, a woman who worked with her. It's whatever, I won't give her name. On Megyn Kelly, I have no notes. Fire. Women. Mazel tov on your response to Megyn Kelly. The world has gone mad. These are women. And let me just say, because this is why, one reason I did it, if she should be supportive of all women, even a black woman, even someone as a journalist who she disagrees with. So I just want to play, and I want you to listen to what she said about one of my former colleagues. And then I'll explain to you why I'm playing this and why I'm holding up a mirror for her on the other side of this. Here it is.
I will submit to the record, her biggest sin is not that she is biased, though she is. It's that she's boring. She's extremely boring with no personality. I have a pro tip for her. Smile. Try smiling every once in a while. Try not to be, like, in your delivery, such a cold-hearted bitch all the time, because it gives people nothing to bond to.
Wow. What do you know? The pro-woman crusader is telling a fellow woman to smile more. Got it. Women don't like that.
Now,
women do not like to be
as
told
I said
smile more.
Yesterday or the day before, how is
it
that?
It is beyond degrading. It is one of the most below the belt thing you can say to a woman. Smile more. It is so misogynistic. Whew.
Productive. How is that supportive of women? And quite frankly, how is that not sexist or misogynist?
Right.
Because if you ask a woman, one of the biggest things that they hate is when a man tells them to smile, you would be more attractive. And that is what Megyn Kelly is doing. She's doing, quite frankly, what it shows in this video from this is a cartoon. What is it? The Simpsons? Watch.
Yeah.
Hey, little lady, you'd be a lot prettier if you smiled.
What? Who are you?
I'm a man, so I know what I'm talking about. Smile and you'll be a lot more popular.
Are you serious? You know I'll remember this forever, right?
Well, that's what therapy's for.
Can you imagine that? Yeah.
Ladies,
Yeah.
that is a thing. Women hate it. Even the internet portrays men doing that, and women hate it. This is what the women who contacted me after I said what I said about you, I believe that this sort of encapsulates how they feel. Roll it.
So I'm not going to play this. So these are women who are basically just reacting to men telling them to smile more and basically, oh my gosh, obviously they don't like it, you know.
Telling women to smile. That's their reaction. Tell a woman to smile. See what their reaction would be. So I'm just, last thing, and I don't know if I'll
pro-woman crusader Megyn Kelly
comment on it anymore unless she does something egregious. Megyn. Okay? I'm just saying.
Oh snap. And oh my God, Don Lemon is like, listen, the king of shade. And then he had a mug of Megyn Kelly's former talk show, and he's sipping from a mug of Megyn Kelly's of a mug from Megyn Kelly's show before she was fired. The mug says, hold on, let me see if I can. Megyn Kelly Daily, it says, I believe. Let me see. Does it say Megyn Kelly Daily? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, Megyn Kelly today. That is a shade right there. Like, remember when you had this cushy job? Remember when you had this life? Look at what has happened to you now. Look at how far you have fallen. You went from having a cushy job where you even had a mug, okay, that says Megyn Kelly today, to having nothing, to becoming a total internet troll. A troll on the internet. A troll on the interweb. I love when he did that. I love when he brought that mug out and be like, remember when you had this? Remember when you were with NBC, and you had a cushy job and you even had your mug? Whoo, look at how low you have sunk. I love it. I love Don Lemon. I love Don Lemon now. There is so much power when you don't have to answer to big corporations, and when you are just being yourself, when you are able to be yourself and just grow and evolve and live your authentic self, basically. It is amazing. It is amazing. Nothing more powerful. And Don Lemon, after saying that Megyn Kelly should go F herself, got so many support, even in the Black community. Let me tell you, people are loving Don Lemon, this new Don Lemon. People vibe with him, and people agree with him, and people can relate to this Don Lemon, and it's so refreshing to see. He wasn't done. Listen to what he said next.
Maybe people would like you, and the women would like you more if you weren't such what you said about my former colleague. And by the way, Megyn, let me just say something. Deal with your own house and tell your husband to stop looking at my husband across the room. Okay?
own house and tell your husband to stop looking at my husband across the room. Ding, ding, ding. Listen, Megyn, dear Megyn Kelly, looks like you have a curious one in the house. Listen, when I heard him say this, I screamed when he said this. I screamed when Don Lemon said to Megyn Kelly, like, yo, like, deal with your own home, okay? And tell your husband to stop looking at my husband. Tell your husband to stop looking at my husband across the room. Oh my God. I'm gonna roll that back a little bit. Oh my gosh.
Deal with your own house. And by the way, Megyn, let me just say something. Deal with your own house and tell your husband to stop looking at my husband across the room. It's weird. Okay?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on. Sorry, instead. That's on you. Oh my goodness. Deal with your husband, okay? I'm going to roll that back one more time because that was so epic. That was so epic.
Deal with the women would like you more if you weren't such a, what you said about my former colleague. And by the way, Megyn, let me just say something. Deal with your own house and tell your husband to stop looking at my husband across the room. It's weird.
It's weird. Okay? He said, it's weird, okay? It's weird. Listen, this had me screaming. I am loving this Don Lemon, and I want more of this. And the community love this Don Lemon. The community welcomed this Don Lemon, okay? Yeah, somebody says, now that's some hot tea. Exactly. You know what was interesting? Let me see if I can find. There's another video that he did where he was talking to this other TikToker who's like a political reporter as well. And they were having a conversation, and he was saying about how Republican men are always, making a pass at him or something or the other. Let me see if I can find it. That got me laughing so hard. I was like, okay, so he was talking about how he get hit on a lot by Republican men, just highlighting their hypocrisy, basically. So let me share this. So this is Don Lemon, and this guy. I'm sure you guys know this white.
A lot at Republican events from married people. I get hit on a lot at Republican events from married people. Guys.
Married men.
Yeah.
The same men that go around asking what a woman is.
Yeah. And saying that liberals are groomers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are blowing up Grindr at the Republican convention. Got it. I get hit on a lot at Republican events from married people. Guys.
Married men.
Yeah.
The same men that go around asking what a woman is.
Yeah. And saying that liberals are groomers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are blowing up Grindr at the Republican convention.
Got it.
I get hit on a lot at Republican events from married people.
Married men.
Yeah.
The same.
The tea on that one is piping hot. Listen, I am so here for this new Don Lemon. I am 100% in support. And he has received a lot of support from the community, and as for Joy, she's gonna be fine. It is heartbreaking because it's like when she was with MSNBC, she had that stability and just being able to have that job and knowing that it was a sure thing, as opposed to now. And I watched a video of Don Lemon a few days ago when he reached 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. And he was in tears and he was just appreciating everyone, that he literally had to start from zero on YouTube. And he also touched on the fact that he could have not even, he would have been fine after the settlement that he received from CNN after he was fired, that he would have been fine if he never worked a day again. But bringing the news and bringing the information and bringing the truth to people has always been a passion of his. And he always wanted to get back there again. And he was nervous because he wasn't sure, because he did not have the heavy weight of the corporation like he had before. And so it was a very scary thing for him. But he was just saying how appreciative he is about the support that he has received since starting his YouTube page, and all the love and the support, and people who are just appreciative of his rawness and him being unfiltered. And he was just talking about that, and that is so true, and that will be true of Joy as well. Joy Reid, when all of this is over, all she needs to do is just get back again, mourn the loss of the great opportunity that came with having a constant show on MSNBC. And it's time for you to grind. It's time for you to get back there. It's time for you to do your own thing and grow your brand and just, and excel. And she's going to be amazing. She's going to be amazing. And again, there's this conversation about why MSNBC let her go. And it is so obvious that this has to do with Trump. MSNBC, like many of this media and many of these corporations, are all kissing the ring. They are all ready to do what Trump says, because they know that if they don't do what he says, he can punish them, and there's really nothing anyone can do, because he has muddied the water so badly that there is a fraction of this country that is just gone. Like, they don't even care about the truth. They just care about what Trump says, and it's going to take a while to start winning people back out of that trance and back into reality, because a lot of Trumpers are delulu. So it's going to take a while, but I do believe that this is going to happen. We just need to hang in there. We just need to keep doing what we're doing. Like I said, I have absolutely been enjoying Don Lemon. I'm going to play a few clip from the interview that he did with Pastor Holy Whore, Giselle Bryant's ex-husband. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of the interview that they did together, if I can find it. Hopefully I'm able to find it. And I thought it was really insightful, and I wanted to share. There was some, really Jamal Bryant. Yeah, I was trying to remember his name. So let me go ahead and play this. Hopefully you guys can hear.
What do you said? You said we need an electronic underground railroad. What do you mean by that? Do you think that can make a difference?
Oh, no, absolutely. The Bible is clear. People die from a lack of knowledge. And if that's the case, it's getting ready to be a grave, a mass graveyard of people who are intellectually dying because they're not really getting information as to what's taking place. 2 weeks ago, 500 women were raped in the Congo when there was a mass breakout from the jail, and it's nowhere. What is taking place with?
And I'm not even surprised that that is nowhere. And then there's another YouTuber that I watch that does really excellent video essays. His name is What Do You Mean? You can check him out. He's really good. I absolutely enjoy his essays. And he's not a liberal, and he's the only non-liberal content creator that I can actually listen to and watch, because he's very unbiased and I agree with his values. Okay, but yeah, he was talking, I'm trying to see if I can find it here. He was talking about something that recently happened in one of the African countries, where about 80 something people were massacred, and the media didn't even cover it. It was nowhere in the news, because they are so preoccupied with covering Donald Trump and all of his madness, which really was the reason why they did everything that they did to ensure that he came back into power. Because Donald Trump and his shenanigans equals money, rating, and everything else in between. And ultimately that's what these big corporations care about, the money that they make from all the drama that Donald Trump brings. So I'm not surprised that actually serious things are happening in the world that are not even making it to the mainstream media, because the media doesn't care, because those kind of stories are not bringing in the money. But Trump's chaos is, though. When Trump is out there violating the Constitution, creating a situation where America is in a constitutional crisis, when he's out there doing all those things, yeah, the media are all over that, because those are the things that bring the big bucks. So the media has failed. In many respects, the media has failed America, and that is just the truth. The media has failed America. But yeah, go on, Pastor Jamal Bryant.
500,000 who are losing their protective coverage, who are Haitians. We're not getting that anywhere. The shakedown that's happening at the borders of those who already possess green cards, how about it taken in another room?
Can you imagine? And we know this. Like, I knew that this was going to happen. In Trump's America, just because you have a green card does not mean that you are safe. It really doesn't mean it. Okay? Especially if you have, like, maybe some kind of you have a criminal record and all of that stuff. It doesn't protect you. Look at who just got thrown into the deportation camp. What's his name? And Simon Gobadia, Forsha Williams' estranged husband, and he has a green card. I know the green card. There has been so many questions about the circumstances in which he got the green card. But now he's in a deportation camp. So unless your green card is like 100% clean and you don't have like any criminal record, you're not even safe. Even if your green card is 100% clean, because these people, they have a target. Trump has literally set a target for ICE officials. They must meet certain quotas. Otherwise, they are at risk of losing their own jobs. So having green card is not necessarily going to save you, unless, of course, you are a law-abiding community member, a contributing member of the community, a tax-paying member of the community, and you do not have any crime to your name. That's literally the only thing that's going to save you. But if you are a green card holder who also has like some kind of criminal history, it's 50-50. You're not safe in Trump's America right now. And this man is ready to sell America. That's another thing. He's even saying that if you're from a different country, if you have the right amount of money, you can actually fast track yourself into becoming US citizen. This is the same man who is talking about ending birthright citizenship, because the founding fathers did not intend for people to have anchor babies, that the founding fathers did not intend for people to come to the country and have babies and have automatic citizens. But did the founding father tell you that it was okay to sell American citizenship to the highest bidder? So that tells you this man has zero morality. Disgusting. So if you've committed a crime in the past and you're a green card holder, just pray, just lay low for the time being, do your job. Don't even try to travel, because there is instructions out there that, they put you to the side. If you're a green card holder, they're going to take you to a different room, and they're probably going to check your history to see if you're paying tax, if you're relying on the government for financial benefits, if you have committed any crime. That's what they're checking for. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, because that's actually a thing that is happening right now. So if you're a green card holder and you are on some type of welfare or Medicaid or government assistance, to help you get you back on your feet, you are not safe in Trump's America, especially if you are black or brown. You are definitely not safe if you are black and you're a green card holder and you maybe are currently relying on government support. It's going to be a tough one for you. So just lay low for the time being is my advice. So this is what they're doing. They are separating people who have green cards at the borders, separating people with green cards. It's not like before where you can just go, welcome back home. No, they want to do a check. They want to see if you have any criminal records. They want to see all those things. In Trump's America,
is not being reported. And so there's so much going for it. It is Bannon's wet dream of shock and awe. You just throw so much at the country, so much at the community, so much at the consciousness at one time that people are overwhelmed. And I'm saying, Don, I can't watch the news.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. My advice is that in situations like that, if you need to take a break, just take a break. Protect your mental health, okay? Because a lot of people have reached out to me and be like, Jade, my mental health is not good. It's not the best right now. All of these things happening in America, I don't know, like, it's just, you just don't know what's going to happen. You wake up one morning, it's a different story. Like, nobody is safe. Not even Trump's voters are safe. This man, on so many occasions, he swore that he was never going to touch Medicaid. He was never going to touch Medicaid, knowing fully well that every self-respecting Republican lawmaker knows that touching Medicaid, trying to cut Medicaid, is like political suicide. And this man made so many promises that he will never touch Medicaid. But get where Elon Musk is going. Get what the Republicans in Congress, guess what they just agreed to. And now they have a plan to move forward with cutting Medicaid. Even though Trump is on record, it's on camera, saying that he wasn't going to touch Medicaid. Again, what that tells me and what that should tell you is that nobody is safe. No one is safe. And now undermining his voters. And when I see him do things like this, what it does is just convince me even more that there is no way there is no way Trump won the election free and clear. Because if Trump really won the election through the vote of people, right, his Republican voters or whatever, he will not do things to undermine them. Even some of the strongest and the toughest Republicans have told him, even Steve Bannon has told him that if you touch Medicaid, that will be bad, because a lot of MAGA country rely on Medicaid, because they don't always like to say this, but Republicans are the highest recipients of public service. Yeah. Like the welfare, Medicaid, whatever, they by capita, they are the highest recipients. But they try to make it seem as though it's black people, but it's them. But to hear Steve Bannon telling Trump, it wasn't like he was telling him directly, but it was on his podcast, and he was saying that if Trump cuts Medicaid, it's going to affect MAGA country a lot. It's going to seriously affect MAGA country. So what that tells me, if Trump really believes that people voted for him, surely he knows that they didn't vote for him to go and cut Medicaid. Surely he knows that cutting Medicaid is going to affect them. So what that, in my opinion, just strengthens my opinion, my perception that he knows that MAGA didn't vote for him. He didn't get enough votes from Republicans. Elon Musk did what he did, and that's how he got the position. And that's the only reason why he cares about what Elon Musk says and does. Elon Musk is at this point basically running the country. He's the one running the country at this point. When you see the things that he's doing, and Trump is just folding his arms and just allowing Musk to do these things, because he knows that he owes his presidency to Elon Musk. Because if Trump believed that MAGA voted for him, if Trump really knew that MAGA voted for him, Trump would not be touching Medicare, because he knows that will affect his people. But he knows that they didn't vote for him, so who cares what they think? Who cares if their life is torpedoed on account of him and Musk cutting Medicaid? He doesn't care. So that's just something to think about, honestly. That's something to think about. So anyways, as for Joy, I know that she's going to be fine. I know she's going to bounce. She just needs to have the right people, contact the right people to get her social media career going. Hopefully she gets like a social media, a YouTube. YouTube is the best, okay? I don't care what anyone says. YouTube is the ish. So as soon as she's able to get her YouTube going, build her platform, and just be another voice that is not silenced, another voice that is basically, not being shackled and not being under any kind of guard on what they can say or can't say. I do believe that she's going to be fine. I absolutely believe that she's going to be fine. But it is heartbreaking, that what you have worked so hard for can just be taken, and they're not being 100%, they're not being straightforward, but they are hinting at the ratings being low and this and that and the other, and by that we already know, like, if you know how the system works in America, the rating that they are insinuating is low could just be having the same ratings as her counterpart, as her white counterpart. But if we know anything about America, we know that as a black person, a black person, not even a person of color, as a black person, you have to work 10 times as hard as your white counterpart, So what they're hinting at being the rating situation, it might just be because, you know what, maybe her rating is on par as the rest of the other people, the whites, her white counterpart, where they are expecting her to be 10 times more than her white counterpart. So yeah, and again, I guess this is the right point, right time to actually remind everybody to support the people that you love. If representation matters to you, support your people. Support your people 100%. Because when you support your people, then there is power in numbers, and then they will have no choice than to keep that person on air. It's not enough to just say we support. Always do your best. You know what you need to do to support your people, because representation matters. It does. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me. You guys are just amazing. And somebody says Megyn Kelly is being herself a racist and a troll. Yeah, that's exactly what Don said, and he's absolutely correct. And that's what she has now been relegated to. If she wasn't a terrible person, I would have felt sorry for her, because she literally has now become a troll. But she's a racist. She's a terrible person. So I don't have any sympathy. I have no sympathy bone for a racist, a terrible person. But yeah, imagine going from where she was, going from the position that she held, okay, as being one of the people who coordinated presidential debates, among other things that she did when she was with MSNBC or NBC, to now being a troll, to now, inviting all kinds of people, racists, and all kinds of things, engaging in all manner of things just to go viral so that people can remember that she exists. And she wasn't such a terrible person. That's enough reason to feel sorry for her, because she has now been relegated to the back house. And the only way for her to even remind people that she's still here is by doing nonsense and getting and reminding people that she's still here. So it is a sad situation for her. But her wickedness and her evil makes it hard for somebody like me to feel sorry for her. It just does. So yeah, and she's just gonna keep being a troll while everybody else is just excelling, doing better. And yeah, but she's a troll, and the only way she knows that she can get support is exactly what she's doing. The MAGA pipeline. That's how they can get support these days, and that's what they are embracing. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. Like the video and also share. I will catch you later. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a good evening. Bye.